here. Let's put this down. All right. This says we're excellent. Let's see. All right. So far, so good. Radiate Wellness. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for sharing the live. LeeAnn03, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing. How are you doing this morning? All right, let me get some of this detail here. Actually, let me put in this door detail. Goes up here. Curves a little bit more than I have it here. Hi, Black Lotus. I'm doing well. 7 is okay. I don't think I'm not gonna swear, but I don't think she's going to bother us today. She hasn't been as clingy. This weekend she was good, wasn't as clingy, and this morning even she wasn't. So let's see what happens, y'all. She hasn't been as clingy. So hey, Maximalist, good morning. Hi, Gloria. It is a great spot for your morning tea. Just listen to those tunes. Radiate Wellness, thank you for getting your heart me. Black Lotus, thank you for getting your heart me. Maximalist and Gloria, thank you for getting your heart me, y'all. I appreciate you. All right, so I put a little too much swing in here in this curve. It needs to, it's not quite straight down, but it needs to be straighter. So I'll put that there. I'm going to just put a light line for this detail here. The thing is, a lot of the super um, the super refining, the additional detail is going to get captured when I finally do whichever decision I make about how we're adding value to each one of the sketches. Some of those details will get addressed there. So this line is going to get addressed in some other way at some point. But right now, I'm just going to throw it down this line here. I'm just going to throw it down just to mark it. And then now I'm finishing up this door. This though has a nice little curve swing on there. Still, I'm putting in too much of a curve. Y'all, I really like this silhouette on this car. Oh, that's a nice, I was checking to make sure I had it at the right place. It seems to be in a good place. The image, I mean. There we go. I was putting the swing a little bit too much up here. All right, that's there. All this detail with the chrome or whatever that is around the frame of these windows, I'll address in the when we choose the whatever we're doing to add the value here. So let me get these wheel things going. Some of this wheel detail in here. Black Lotus, Maximalist, how are you all doing this morning? How are you all doing on this Monday morning, no less? Gloria, are you still here? I see you like in the live, but I don't see you in my list. How are you doing this morning, Gloria? I think you are still here. TikTok is still acting strange. And I feel like now every time I come in here, there's a new version of TikTok Live Studio that has to get downloaded. That happened this morning again. It's quite annoying, yeah. I mean, do you really have a new version almost every day? You are so good. I love that. You are so good. I am also kind of feeling so good. So, no complaints. Indigo Rose 85, thank you for joining. Monday is your favorite day of the week. Oh, that is awesome, Black Lotus. I know one of the reasons is your favorite day of the week. I think you said today's your like super deep clean day, right? Yeah, what am I doing here? The only thing that's not exciting about today, I will tell y'all, is that it's still cold. It is still a little, no, it's more than chilly. It's cold. Indeed it is. You see how I remembered that, Black Lotus? Way too much space in here. I don't know what I'm trying to do, y'all. Maybe I'm not as warmed up as I thought. No, I feel all right. Let me just put one. Let me do it that way. You finished your daily mini collage for January. Oh, that's awesome, Maximalist. Daily. So you did, was it that you were working on it daily, or did you do one mini collage every single day in January? Britt, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you're good. One, if you did one a day, that is huge, because collage, a lot of people don't realize that collage takes a lot of focus. Um You didn't get behind that much. It's only it's only the second. You didn't get behind that much. And a lot of people don't realize that collage takes so much. So for the folks that are new in the room, my name is LeeAnn. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker. And I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself. And in that drawing practice, I am doing basic and beginner drawing exercises. Um, and so I am here live doing my drawing exercises and kind of walking folks through some other steps that I'm doing, the things that I'm practicing. And so things do tend to have a drawing tutorial element to them. More play than anything. You took shortcuts. No, but it's good. I like that you committed to the daily and you were able to get it done. You probably have some super cute collages that came out of it. Um, I am here every morning doing basic drawing exercises. I am now refining some sketches that I did with simple shapes. Um, we in the room we talk about a multitude of things, some of those being beginner artist tips, again basic drawing exercises, beginner drawing exercises, um, and it's a way I think to learn to draw easily, this approach of simple shapes making up objects. Alejandra, welcome in, thank you for joining. Good morning, Trisha T. How are you? It was fun and it was analog. Exactly, maximalists. You got a lot of benefit from it. You got quite a bit of benefit from it. So yeah, there's some curve, a very slight curve that's happening at the juncture of these spokes or whatever these are. I think these are called spokes. Ah, thank you, Maximalist, for the mini star. I got to see it down on my other screen. I appreciate you. You said here comes Trisha T with no food. Black Lotus. I know, she came in and she didn't bring any food. No breakfast for us. Alejandro, how are you doing this morning? Thank you for the rose, friend. You said it's too early for food. What? 9:30? Not for breakfast. I'm like, what are you talking about, Trisha T? It's too early for food. All right, yeah, that's good enough. I'll fix that when we're adding the value stuff. I think that's enough. Oh no, let me get some of the detail here with like the bumper. Just a little tiny bit of detail back there. Maximalist, isn't it cute? It's new. I don't know whose room. I think I saw it in uh Nika Grace's room for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, that is so cute." I think I saw it yesterday or the day before, but yeah, it's new. I love how it's rounded. Oh, you reached level 14. These things are so maximalist. You leveled up. I feel like now you're leveling up. Maria, good morning. Thank you for stopping in, my friend. Oh, I'm you're working. I'm glad that you stopped in though. All I keep being so super excited. Thanks for getting your heart rate because you're in Scotland and you're joining us even for a few minutes. I know if you're working. Oh, thank you for the mini star. Maximalist, I feel like it's every live you level up. Let me see if the sound is working today. Because it was a new version of TikTok Live Studio again this morning. So let's see. Ooh, I think the sound is working. All right, Maximalist, I think the sound is working. You leveled up. Congratulations and thank you for the support. Um, oh Maria, thank you so much for that mini star. It's super cute, super cute. Um, the morning's been good. Uh I was slightly late because TikTok Live Studio decided to install a new version and all of that, and y'all, I'm not really a get prepared for the live stream kind of person as much anymore. I get in here to get go live, to be ready to go live like 5 minutes before. So if I hit a technical snag, I'm a little late. But so it wasn't that something was broken. It just was it was installing a new version, and it takes a little while. Trisha T, thank you for being the title gifter for the roses and for the finger hearts, my friend. Yeah, so I was a little bit late. Um, and for the rosas, TikTok is changing a bunch. Yeah, Maria, yeah. And in fact, if I was to say the last 7 days, ev- maybe 3 times already has been a new version of Live Studio that has been an automatic download. It's quite it's I am really curious to see how this plays out. Um because it is really strange. Oh, you know what? Hey Andrew, how are you? Andrew, I'm sorry, the chat, well, I had it hidden, so I didn't see you. I hope you're still there. How are you, Andrew? Oh no, Andrew left me. My stream over there is so glitchy these days. Let me see if I turn this off. I shut this down. Let's see if that helps. Tomorrow's update. What's tomorrow? Oh, literally jokingly based on what we're saying? Or is there a special thing? No, I'm like you saw my face. I was like, tomorrow. What's tomorrow? You know why I did that too, Maria? I was like, wait. I think Maria's moving forward with our with our joke. But one of the reasons I kind of was like, huh, tomorrow, because let me tell you, the other day somebody came in here last week, somebody came in here and said, I don't remember who it was. It's someone comes to the room from time to time. But they were saying that it was that there was going to be a 24-hour shutdown in February. I don't know, yeah, I don't know where they got that information from, but um apparently. Yeah, I'm not too pressed about it though, Maria, because I don't know. The person wasn't able to say Groundhog Day is today? Really? The person wasn't able to say um like why or where the source of that serious information was coming from, you know? So it's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, let me see if it actually happens. I hear you, but you can't tell me like the official source. So I'm not so pressed about it. Yeah, Maria. Yeah, last uh it was like late January or something, right? I don't remember what date it was. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely already had that. So it's like, come on, spare us. Give us a break, please. All right, y'all. I think that I'm going to add some detail in the front here so that I can actually get a better shape on this. There's the headlight thing going on here that I actually want to. Let's wait to do that. Just let us stroll and I know. What is the problem? But that's part of the reason that I'm over here. Listen to me. Cool streaming on the YT. Like the AI can't hear me when I whisper. Yeah. I'm gonna start the FB too. I started a brand new FB page for this. Uh, for this whole, yeah, it has a hey in front of it. Maria, I don't remember. I think when I was updating the name over there, the regular It's Me LeeAnn B wasn't available. So like on some platforms, I am um on some platforms it's me LeeAnn B, and on some it's hey it's me LeeAnn B, because it wasn't available on like on Insta. Y'all, I'm so upset. My this nail broke like right at the seam, and I can't handle unevenness in nails, y'all. So I just cut all my nails down because I cannot deal with the unevenness. I can't. It will drive me crazy. So either they're even length or they're just super short so that they are even length. But yeah, um, so I'm going to also I started a brand new I me too Maria, and this is off topic as usual, but we're good. And so I went to the Googles and the TikTok. Home with Holly Junk Journals. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. 6 more weeks of winter. Ouch. Wait, that puts us at mid March. Um, so I went searching for solutions. And have y'all ever heard of the tea bag method for your nails? Y'all, the tea bag stuff is can be like, adult like content. The tea bag method for nails. Um Maria, that was me too. When people were like the tea bag method, I was like, huh now? What now? Say what now? All it is using a tea bag as cutting a little tiny piece of a tea, and it's for when your nail splits right at the finger right there. It does. If you have it long, sometimes it will do a split right across, like maybe to even the middle of your nail. And mine was probably a third of the way in. So you use the tea bag as like uh as like a, what do you call that word? I'm thinking filament, which is you love an unexpected tea bag in lesson. I Listen, I've saying the word so many times. I'm waiting to see who they send into this room after they push that out. They read it as me talking about tea bagging. I'm very curious to see who comes into this room. Y'all, it's a way to fix your nail, your broken nail. Hello, Allison. Allison, you walked in on the tea bag discussion. Anyway, it's like to use it as like a filament or tea bag, educational purposes only, tea bag. So essentially, you said you're gonna walk right out. It's the way to fix the nail. So you would like paint your nail with clear polish or whatever, and then cut off a little piece of the tea bag and put it as like a strengthening piece, and then cover it again with another nail, like another layer or two of nail polish. I did that. So the break happened maybe Friday. Today's Monday, maybe Friday. Um, and by last night, so it happened Friday. I did it Friday, and then Saturday I had to redo it because what I had done on Friday was already starting to pull. Give me the loot. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Told y'all. So so then I did it again yesterday, and by the end of the day, I was just like, this is foolishness. It wasn't it it works if you don't do anything with your hands. Let's put it that way. You can imagine. It's only making it so strong. If you do anything with your hands, like systematically breaking it down. Now, Maria, I did find other things. So, of course, I could have gone the route of doing something with some kind of like gel something and put it under the UV light, but I didn't want to go down that road. Oh, Maria, is it from the place that the guy, I think it's a husband and wife that developed it, and the husband grew his fingernails and he shows it in the videos. Is it that? Oh, yeah, I saw these videos where the I think it was a husband and wife, and the husband used their nail oil. The husband used their nail oil. Oh, you gotta send me a message with that, Maria. I do, to be fair, I do not have frail nails. I really do not. However, I do not do the best job of moisturizing my cuticles on my hands and my nail area. So my nails do sometimes, and if they break, they always break right at that seam, because when they get long, things like typing, I type with the fingernail, not with my fingers anymore. Yeah. So anyway, the point is the tea bag thing is not for people that actually then use their fingernails. So last night I just got frustrated and I just ripped the nail off, because then I was like, all right, maybe I can make this work. Maybe I can be okay with having 9 long nails and one super short nail. And I just kept looking at it and I was like, I can't do this. So I just cut them off. Y'all can just watch. They'll just grow back. They'll just grow back. Listen to me. They'll just grow back. Let's hope they grow back. But I think they will. I haven't had a problem yet. Plus Ultra Base, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Um when one it is devastation, because I like um I have to be in the mood, but I like having my nails long sometimes. And when I grow them and they're all super long, it is like, come on. And I cannot do one short and the rest long. Some people are okay with it. I just can't. You're a mid-length girly because of the typing. I make it grow as long as it will grow without that drama of a breakage, Maria. Let's put it that way. Because I know when it reaches a certain length, it's going to break. So I just allow it to grow. I don't bother to like file it down. Good morning, Feral Mom. How are you? How did the rest of the live go yesterday? How long did you stay on? All right, yeah. What did I say I was gonna do? Let's do now the front bumper. I'm just trying to do some slight shape correction in the front bumper here because they're. Oh, an hour. That is nice. That's a good amount of time, Farrah, Mom. And when I went in there, you already had a good number of people. My internet didn't get fixed until like 7:30 p.m. last night. Farrah, Mom, you're good. I'm sure I know what you mean when you say that because we've talked about this before, and I have that challenge too with having to think through what I'm going to be doing if I'm doing artwork and stuff like that. So I get it, but I'm glad you went because it's the more you go live, the more you get to kind of practice. Yeah, now that I'm seeing a little bit of like a detail with the sinking in here, that's not quite as round as I wanted. And technical issues. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Welcome back, Britt. We were talking about that a little bit earlier because I had gone. Um, oh, thank you for the mini star, Feral Mom. Y'all made me so excited. You know, I almost didn't put the star as the goal today. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, let me put it. And three of you, and y'all are still in the room, and three of you gave me the mini star. I don't think I. It's so super cute. I appreciate y'all so much. I don't think I can reset it myself anymore. I think I'm on the autopilot thing. That's one of the changes that actually took me a long time to get. Some people have had it for a long time where the goal resets itself, which in some cases can be really good. But in some cases is like, oh, if you wanted to change your goal, like change it to different things throughout the live stream, you can't do it. What just happened? Oh, look at that, y'all. It allowed me. It's bringing up the changing. Was just I was just talking dirty about TikTok Live Studio, and the change thing came up right in front of me. I was like, "What's happening?" Y'all, the delay on this thing is wild. Oh, I'm going. I know which one I'm going to change it to. I love the mini star, but they also have a. I just wish sometimes they would come up with like an in between. They have this one, which I think sometimes these things are about a specific like a campaign. I don't know what campaign this is for, but they have another star that's actually very cute also. A one coin star. That's cute. Oh, I'm going to do this, y'all. I'm just, y'all, I do not expect this many of them, but we'll have the number up there so that we all can have a fabulous day today. We'll have 1111 just sitting there. 1111. Setting the tone for the day. Right, Maximalis? Y'all, I am not expecting to be in 11:11 for it to be in 11:11 mode at all times. I'm just saying. Oh, you know what? Live chat. This way we all have no matter how many times we look at the screen, we see the number. We're setting our own like we're setting our own synergy here with with our numbers, our angel numbers. We're putting them up there ourselves. I love it. Y'all, I love this song so much. I feel like it sounds very low. Maria. Thank you, Maria. Oh, I think we have too much light, y'all. Thank you, Maria. All right. I'm eager to move on to the boat, y'all. So I'm just going to put a couple more details here. You know, I like the the silhouette of this car a lot, but also I'm actually really looking forward to adding the value on this. This orange is something I want to. I really like the orange. Why do I keep drawing the same thing? Y'all, I keep fixing it, erasing it to fix it, yet I still keep putting it back exactly the same way. I really like the orange here, so I think I'm going to, whatever, I am going to use color so I am going to actually try to capture the orange. All right, y'all, it's good enough. It's good enough. This is enough detail for the sketch part. We'll get more detail when I add value, but I like it. Ah, wait, let me look at it. Oh, y'all, I'm going to take a screenshot of that actually. Thank you, Maria. I'm going to take a screenshot. 111 of 11:11. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you, Trisha T. All right, y'all. Yeah, once we start adding some value in here, you know, it's not a bad job. And y'all, oh, Maria, no problem. Thank you so much. I didn't expect you to stay that long since I knew you were working. I appreciate you. See you later. Have a great rest of your day. I don't even know what time it is there. You learned the teabagging method for your nails. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Have a great rest of your day, Maria. Looking for a life breeze. Looking for a life breeze, Lexi. Welcome in. Kelly, how are you? You said you're gonna teabag hard tonight. Yo, wow, we are bad. I was talking about the teabagging method for fixing your nails. Oh, Trisha, I'll tell you right now. Oh, you were sick. So I'm hoping that you are better. Looking for a life breeze. Lexi, I hope you're better. Y'all, so I was showing everyone at the time that I had to cut my nails off. You know, my nails were long. I don't even know if y'all noticed that. Bala, good morning. Hey, Minnie. Oh, Kelly, no, I'm well aware of what it means. So this is where the joke comes in, right? So my nail broke. I cut all my nails off because my nail broke right at that joint. You know, it breaks right in that corner. Um, hey Celeste, how are you? Um, so my nail broke right at that corner. And I was like, all right, I don't want to cut all my nails off because stand I cannot stand like uneven nails. So I decided I'm going to look up on the Googles and on TikTok ways to fix it. And the tea bag method was dominant everywhere. So y'all, initially I was like, the tea bag method? What are we talking about here? Anyway, as I went further into my research, look at that TG coming in when we're talking about the tea bag. Poor TG. We are talking about something perfectly normal. You said you've been summoned. Y'all, why can't we have regular conversations in this room, huh? I hate it when I break one nail too many, which is why I was like, I don't want to cut my nails, um, but I have to fix it. Celeste, I am good. How are you doing? I'm glad to have you here with us, Celeste. Thank you for joining. Celeste, I'm co-streaming on TikTok. So that's why you hear me talking to other people that you might not see in the room with you. I hate it. So the tea bag method is essentially like painting your nail with a clear polish and then putting a piece, like cutting a piece of a tea bag as like a filler. You said it wouldn't be my room without it, I guess. I don't know if that's good or bad, y'all. As like a filler, like a filament, like a I don't know. There's a word that's used, especially in construction, for it, and I cannot think of the word. But you know what I'm saying, as a strengthener, essentially. And so I did it. I did it on Friday, and then I had to. It worked for 24 hours, and I had to redo it on Saturday, and then it worked for 24 hours. So it's not anything exciting or fun. Oh, Celeste, thank you. Celeste, I cackle a lot in here, so you'll hear the laugh a lot. Um, so y'all, it's not anything fun. But I will not recommend it. A band-aid on it. Right. I mean, the thing is I think it probably would work for people that don't use their hands as much. But that small little that break for me, even with the band-aid on it, it it just I use my hands too much. And when I type, when I have reinforce, TG, reinforce is the word for what it's doing, but there is a word for, like, they have. See, now, Lexi, now you tell me. But Kelly, my nails are not soft. That's the thing. TG, yes, reinforce is the word, but they have those little patch things that are like a grid pattern thread thing that I cannot think of the word, but yes, that's what it did. It reinforced it because I needed that word too. Thank you. Hey, Rod, good morning. You keep thinking of joint compound gauze, but it's yes, it's that is what it is. That is what it is. I'm in Florida, Lexi. No, so Lexi, you're 100% right. I am in Florida. However, it has been super cold the last, like for us. Let's be clear. It's not cold. It is cold here. Yeah, it has been cold for us the last couple days. And even though I'm here, Lexi, I have not done a good, I don't ever do a good job. I use my hands a lot and I don't ever do a good job of moisturizing. So you are 100% correct. I have very strong nails, but I do not do a good of the moisturizing so that my nails do get brittle. I don't even do a good job of hydrating my body. Iguanas are falling out of the trees for sure. It's the last 3 days, y'all, have been cold. Yesterday, at this time while I was on the live, it was 30 something degrees. Now I know that's not cold for everyone, but I'm in South Florida too. I'm not in like Central Florida. I'm in South Florida. People are cold. TG. That's me too. And you know what I end up doing? I moisturize my hands and then I wipe them on my pants. Oh yeah, that's why I have a hoodie on today. Because also after days of being cold and I have not turned on the heat, the house is now starting to feel cool inside. You have to share the wealth. Yeah, you could take it back. I don't want it. So yeah, the tea bag wasn't anything exciting. But now, y'all, I wasn't going to say I don't recommend it, but Lexi has given us some additional detail on using the tea bag method that will probably make it work. You said paint some ridge filler on after the tea bag method. That's I gotta get me ridge filler because when I have breaks like that, I get really upset. Thank you, Lexi, for. I wish I had talked about it yesterday when I had the. Maybe, maybe you would have heard me. You weren't here though, Lexi. You wouldn't have been able to tell me. I was when I had it here. I was Lexi, man. I wish. But thank you, Lexi. I will know for the next time because I'm growing the nails back, and I'm sure they'll break again. You used to be a manicurist. I hear you. I should have asked. I was gonna ask because um you were talking from a place of great knowledge. Lighthouse, good morning. Unwritten Unstoppable, good morning. Oh, Miss Darlene, thank you for sharing the live. We live and we learn. Well, I was very proud of myself for even trying to do something because usually when I get a break like that, I'm just like, forget it. And I just cut all the nails because I cannot deal with the unevenness stuff. Oh, thank you for getting title gift for the roses, Miss Darlene. You took it away from Trisha. I'm laughing because I know Trisha T doesn't care about that stuff. Thanks for liking the live, Lighthouse. Oh, y'all, thank you for getting your heart means. I'm like, I didn't even tell anybody thank you for the heart means. Um, it's okay. Sharing is caring. That's why I said I'm laughing because I know you don't care about that. All right, y'all, guess what? We are done with the Porsche for now. We are on Celeste. Are you still over there with me? The re and if you are still there, Celeste, tell me if this how the stream looks. Oh, she Celeste left me. All right, y'all, we can finally get to the boat. Yeah, we don't have a lot left for the refining sketches. We'll be done with these probably the middle of the week. Oh, I have decided to bring the night lives back. Oh, thanks for the stars, Miss Darlene. I'm bringing the night lives back, y'all. I know the boat should be fun. I'm bringing the night lives back. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday night, 7 p.m. y'all. Um, I'm gonna try 7 to 9 p.m. and see how that works out for us. So on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I'm going to be doing this in the night. In the mornings, I'm going to be doing other things like my work, other work things. Still art, but not the drawing, the basic drawing stuff. So let's see how that works. Hey, Chrissy. Hello. Let's see how that works, y'all. All right, I am going to take the opacity down on the boat just a tiny bit. I feel like I've been taking them down a lot, and it doesn't really need to be that light. And then we'll get and start doing the details of that. I think the boat I already feel like I'm going to do the boat in gouache. I'm going to do this in marker. I'm going to do this in gouache. I need to make a note. Every time I make a decision about what I'm doing the value with on these, I need to. All right, I think that's light enough, but still visible. So I'm trying this out, y'all. Again, I'm testing out a theory. I should have asked Dr. Lisa before. I need to look at my analytics. I'm testing out the theory of the reset every half an hour. So for the folks outside the room, my name is LeeAnn. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker. I started a back to basics. You can ignore the mess over there. Let me put my hand right here. I am an illustrator and a printmaker. I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself, and to hold myself accountable to it, I started going live every morning. I know. I don't really. I'm not. I don't. I don't. I didn't really think that y'all would pass any judgment on me anyway, so it's okay. I started a back to basics drawing practice for myself, and I'm here for accountability. I'm here every day doing beginner drawing exercises. So basic drawing exercises with the approach of trying to have folks realize that learning to draw can be something that is not easy, but it's attainable. RL Grinder, do you need good art supplies to draw? No, not at all. You can draw with anything. You can draw with a regular old number 2 pencil that you get from the dollar store. And I mean, good doesn't mean expensive either. Um, it's it is up to you what you want to use. Use anything. You can use anything that you have in your home to draw. So no, you don't have to use like expensive stuff that when you say good, I'm assuming you mean like the more expensive things. Now, is there an element of, as you do this more, as you learn more, as you practice more, are there going to be tools that you prefer to other tools? Are you going to start realizing that there are some tools that are, or medium, whatever it is, like the quality is different? Absolutely. And then again, there you'll go down a road of preferences. But to just to draw, no, not at all. I'm drawing on the cheapest of printer paper, you know, the cheapest of the cheap. We're good. Never let that stop you. Have I ever mixed colors, like mixing paint and see what I get out of it? Absolutely, Black Lotus. So, I mean, I say it in passing a lot, but I don't. Maybe I do talk about it a lot. I don't know. Y'all can tell me to shut up. But I used to own a print shop, a letterpress print shop. So I used to mix ink daily to make very specific colors. Letterpress is primarily um, like a spot color process, screen printing spot color process. However, there are lots of color formulas that you can use to mix specific colors. So I used to mix ink all the time. When I say that I use gouache, I do use gouache a lot actually, but I always, which is I need to stop doing. But I because I like to paint with whole bind gouache. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful about saying the brands, but I say them all day, every day on here, and I haven't gotten in trouble yet. Let's see what happens. With the whole bind gouache, which is a more expensive type of gouache. So for me to buy multiple colors, I don't use gouache a lot because I haven't been doing a lot of art practice. Anyway, I use CMYK colors. So to get any color that I want, I am mixing those colors all the time. So yes, the answer is yes, Black Lotus. I mix colors on a very regular basis. I always keep my color wheel close to me as well. And color theory is something that's really, really good for if folks get a chance to learn color theory, it can be very, very helpful in your creative process. That's something also if folks, some folks that if they're teaching themselves or if they're self-taught, don't always go down the color theory road, but it's something that I think is a valuable learning to take with you into your art practice on a regular basis. Thank you, Black Lotus, for asking an art related question. You want to learn more about color theory and mixing colors? Yeah, Minnie. And listen, y'all, there are lots of places to learn about color theory. I cannot think of one right now off the top of my head. Does anyone like have a resource for learning color theory off the top of your head um that is good and helpful? Oh, absolutely, Trisha T. With interior design, absolutely, because I think that the thing with really learning color theory is that you are able to. You just bought a set of gouache. It's art. How do you pronounce that? Is it Arteza? I've always wondered that. Andrea's art. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Um, Trisha T, because what ends up happening is that I always feel like folks that have some knowledge of color theory use combinations. Oh, I don't know. You know that y'all, I didn't go to the meeting last night because I forgot and I fell asleep and I was watching a movie and all of those combined. And when I remembered it was almost 8:30. Trisha T, did you go to the meeting last night? Is Dr. Lisa supposed to be on today? Um so yeah, y'all. So it it can be helpful because I always feel like folks that have learned color theory would you were also watching a movie. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Darlene. I was definitely watching a movie and then I fell asleep and then I had to keep rewinding the movie. Um it it can she's running a little bit late. Yeah. Um. So it gives you, I almost feel like it's in this thing where it gives folks, sometimes folks, some confidence to be able to, and really the knowledge that certain combinations that people wouldn't think would work right off the bat, and in fact people usually think won't work right off the bat, you're able to use those combos and things work beautifully. We got to find the boat, y'all. So yeah, y'all, color is awesomeness. Um, but I also love black and white. Y'all, this is our boat. Look at that. Oh, how did I? What the? Adobe. They're trying to infringe on our. Harlan, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. This is our boat, y'all. I'm looking at it because I am trying to figure out where I want to start. So yeah, the boat is interesting because there is a lot of like form that, which now I'm glad that I said I'm going to do it. Oh yeah, do it in gouache because that weird thing that's happening where the color, that's freaking me out a little bit, y'all. Do you see it? That where the color value will inform some of the shape. There are some really interesting like shadow happening because this is the boat. um I don't know if y'all have ever seen these. It's like tapered in here, and then it flares out, and so it creates an edge for the next layer. um but we'll be able to capture that detail with, I'll be able to capture it if I do it correctly. With the paint, and adding some slight shadow on there, because you can see here that the light of, because this sticks out more, the light is hitting this part of the these parts of the boat. Yeah, let me take the light down in my phone because actually it's looking very overexposed on the screen to me. Now, I don't know if y'all can see it at all. Anyway, you get the point. There's too much to manage with, like, you see it. You see what I'm saying? So that will be interesting to address. Uh like when you learn to mix red and blue and yellow for skin tones, you are shocked that they make the, yeah, mini. That's the thing, is that it's an interesting thing to learn what colors do what, and just how a little tiny bit of something aggressive like a black can completely like change things. um and even sometimes in some mixing, like if you play around with things, like if sometimes people go straight to a black to darken something, but like a navy blue or a darker blue does the job, but it doesn't muddy things up as much. And mixing color is a super fun and awesome. And for the print shop, because I was matching Pantone spot colors, that you have to be precise with when you're doing custom work, because someone is looking at a color. I'm not even talking about the screen value versus what you see on the actual paper. Forget about that part. They're matching a color. It might be for their wedding, and you can imagine they have this perfect wedding colors, and it's the most important day of your life and all that stuff. Let me stop saying it like that, but you know what I mean. um I used to measure. I would don't like gram measurement, really tiny refine the measurement to be able to get to the right mixing. Now, after a while, sometimes you start eyeballing, but technically you could measure. Same thing for screen printing. Um, when you start getting into color mixing for printing, you get into that same place where it's ideal that you're measuring your color components because it's percentages that make up a value. So um, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I always say that if you get a chance, if folks get a chance, um, they should do some color theory learning and work. You use charcoal and pastels, but then they got a bit messy. Yeah, Black Lotus, they are definitely messy. I've noticed a lot. I see a lot of people using gloves when they're working with their charcoal and their pastels these days. Um, that's a thing. It certainly will keep your hands clean. That's definitely a thing. You could use gloves with your charcoal and your pastels if you want. I'm a biggie. Thank you for joining. Are you still here? All right, let's get into the boat, y'all. Minnie, what are you doing here? I just realized. Are you off today? Cold hands, warm heart. Welcome in. Um, y'all, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Yikes. Let's start here. This feels the most approachable. So I'm just adding more detail. This is a good example here of, oh, you got 6.5 inches of snow. You're enjoying a day at home. That sounds good. Oh, so you're doing e-learning. Oh, that's in so many. Tell me what the like for you. Um, you don't tell me as much as you feel comfortable telling me. Phil San, welcome in. Thank you for joining. But like for you, is the e-learning, I don't want to say easier, but is it something that's more manageable? Does it is it easier to manage than like physically being in the classroom? Or does it present a whole like different set of challenges? All right, y'all. So here is a great example of we identified the basic shape of a triangle because that's the shape here. But we need to start really paying attention to the details because now I'm going to need to add some curve here. Some curve to this line or following this line with a curve to be able to address this appropriately. You said, oh, yes, but it has its disadvantages. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I would imagine with everything, there's always a pro and a con, right? But um, generally, I suppose there's always this benefit, like you said, you are at home, you didn't have to commute in this kind of weather, all that stuff. Today, they're actually starting a big project. Oh, okay. Agony Prime, look at you coming in when I started the boat. Thank you for getting your heart, me. How are you? Are you all better now? I feel like I haven't even seen you live. That doesn't mean you haven't been. I also have not been on it. Like lurking on TikTok as much. All better. That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds very good. Yeah, I just said there needs to be a curve and I didn't put the curve in. You know what's the thing that's making this weather the worst for us is the wind. Creature concepts. Oh, I need to come look at your videos. Are you going live today? Are you posting the creature concepts? That's what I should ask. See how there's I'm going to get hyper focused on this and I don't want to because like I keep saying it's practice. But the curve is down here. There we go. I feel better about that. Something. Yes and yes. Okay. I need to check out the post and hopefully I can at least come into your life for a few minutes today. Yes and yes. All right. I'm following my line for as long as it feels straightish. Then it curves out a little bit here. And I'm grabbing that. And then I'm following that curve. Oh, that feels better to me, y'all. I still was a little bit too close to a straight line. And also, I just made this too wide, so I'm going to eat this up a little bit. That's terrible. But it'll get hidden with the gouache. The gouache will cover it. I'll need to be careful. You're back, Andrew. Andrew, can you hear me? And is the video over there okay? You are back. I think you left me earlier because I wasn't paying attention. I basically wasn't responding to you. That might not be why you left. Yes, Andrew, yes, meaning the video is okay. Crybaby 805K, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying hello to all the people. All right, this, what did I do with this? Maybe I'm not so excited anymore. I think I forgot about some of the challenges of it. Agony Prime. I know. And that's why I was like, it's so funny that you came um in this moment, and I'm trying not to like, I'm trying to make it be a, we went from one stage to the next stage, but I'm overthinking it, and I'm trying to make it perfect, and I don't need to do that because this is supposed to be practice. That's what I keep claiming. But I'm like concentrating, which is wild work to me. I feel like I'm gonna need to fix a lot of this when I'm adding the values. When I say fix, I mean do a lot of the definition when I'm adding the value. Kind of, now I don't know. I am gonna still do gouache. All right, Minnie Bloom, take care. Hey, Adania, good morning. Hey, Dream, good morning. Adania, 2 days in a row, my friend. All right, so some of this is some stuff that will, I guess, I'll get this with when I add the color. This dark, it's darker back here, so I'll do that. Let me get these lines in where I had estimated they would be. This will be an interesting one, y'all. You plan on, oh, self-care. That sounds delightful. Jolisa, good morning. Welcome in. Oh, thank you for all the stars, Adania. Thank you for those roses, Dream. And thank y'all for getting your heart me's. I did not do any printing, Adania. After my live in the morning, I spent a lot of time watching TV. I'll tell you that. Julian, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, I didn't do any printing yesterday. I did a lot of watching TV. There was a there was y'all, I love a rom-com. No judgment, please. I love a rom-com. No judgment. Um I was putting a light line here for this because when I add the value, then I should be able to see the difference here. That would be interesting. Um, it's called Tempted to Love. Oh, Coach Chantel, good morning. How are you? You said you too, Tanya. Yeah. Tempted to Love, it was a sequel to um Tempted to something else. I don't remember what it was. The original one was Tempted to something else. Um with it was on Lifetime. It was a Terry McMillan. I don't know if it it's one of her, I think, is it one of her books? I never, if it was one of her books, I didn't read that book, but it was the sequel to it. And I had seen the first one not too long ago. And so I was kind of excited that there was a sequel. I don't know if I liked how it ended though. Because I wasn't really a fan of the matchup to begin with. But in case anybody needs to watch it, let me not say anymore. Emily, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Coach Chantel, I'm all right. I'm good. It's y'all see me, I'm in a hoodie. It's actually cool in South Florida. And because it has been cold in the 30s, even with the sun out yesterday, it was 30 something. The high was 40 something only. Because it has been cold for multiple days, inside the house now feels cold. And I refuse to turn on my heat. I refuse. First of all, if I turn on my heat, it's going to burn off. Like it's going to smell like it's burning for a little while. Because I'm not even supposed to have to turn on my heat, y'all. I refuse. So I'm wearing a hoodie inside. But I do not feel cold. And y'all, I have an entire box of hot hands in my house. Not because of this cold snap. I don't really remember why. Bake something. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea, Agony Prime. And then I get to eat that baked thing. After the live, I'll do it. I don't know why I don't know why I didn't think about that. you I said, you know what I'm acting like, y'all? I said that I'm acting like a New York City landlord before I think it's the 15th before wait, yeah, I'm not concentrating properly. I'm acting like a New York City landlord before the 15th of October. I think it's the 15th or the 16th of October when they legally have to turn on the heat. I'm acting like that. I'm not turning it on until I absolutely have to. And now Agony Prime suggested, hey Heidi, good morning. Now Agony Prime suggested baking something. I'm not turning it on. And y'all, just to give some context in terms of like the coolness, this room that I'm in gets very, very hot. Like when I'm here with y'all in the morning, the sun is blazing in the air. Yeah, the whole thing. Between, oh, boil a pot of water and bake something, I'll be warm. Yeah, you're right. I won't work in here tonight. I'll work downstairs and not tonight, today. I do need to print though. You just reminded me, Adania. I really need to print. All right, y'all. I need to think about that. I definitely. Some of this is off. I need to measure some of this. And heaven is overrated. One without permanent soul. No, no. In 2 seconds, y'all gave me the solutions I needed. I'm like, heat, I'm not turning that on here. All right, that's enough. I definitely need to do something else with that. But I think that's enough. Okay, then when I add my value, this is what I don't want to touch. Agony Prime, I just keep hearing when we were, when I was doing the initial sketch and you were doing your version, I just keep hearing your words that day. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to touch that. Leave it. This octagon thing going on in this boat. Yeah, I need to make this thicker. But I'll do that a little bit later. I don't feel like it right now. All right, let's just do this right here, and then I'll touch that. Y'all, these TikTok streets are weird. I guess Monday morning is a weird morning, every Monday. I feel like I've been on for, I can get, yes. And yes, it does. And that's because also I think what I'm trying to do also is leave some of it for when I'm actually doing the painting. Um, yeah, because like, look there. I think I'm going to redo the border molding, but I'm going to do this first because I'm psyching myself out too. Let's add my curves up here. So again, I identified this as a simple shape before, but now I'm adding that curve that's there. And also addressing, because there's this under angle that I'll address with some shading also. Well, with the paint, with a darker tone of the paint or a darker value under here. So under here, when I paint it, we'll have a darker value so that that crisp edge shows up more. The four angles of the bow of the boat, the wraparound cabin. 9 months later, you have a baby gouache painting, and not to mention the circles of. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go into all of those details. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I just realized I don't think it's fully. The car is taking up most of the space. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared. Set up 9 months later. Let me see if I can even just get the lines for where. I probably should have done this on the first. Just even the layout lines for where I would put these windows. There is quite a bit of angle stuff that I'm not addressing. That maybe I can just use some paint to address. I'm just Play-Doh your shapes, it's good enough. Yeah. Remember kids just Play-Doh your shapes, it's good enough for get-go. Julissa, thank you for getting your heart me. Y'all, this boat is, it brought my energy down, y'all. It shouldn't have, but it did. I was excited about it, and then I remembered the interesting nature of so like these are some of the things that agony prime is referring to. If you can see here, it's not as obvious on the screen, but oh, there, I think I there's that's that's a corner, like that's a angle, y'all, because this thing has like 8 sides. It really does. So that's us. You see the slight shade darker there. That's an angle right there. You'll be able to make the viewer see angles that aren't there with highlights and bright spots. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, so like this is a perfect example of what Agony Prime just said, is that when I go to paint this, this shade is going to be ever so slightly darker than the shade of the value of the color that I use here, because technically more light has hit this, and then there's this slight shadow here. Then you'll be the angle gets the form gets developed or shown through that through the value, adding the value. So if I do this a little bit darker, you'll see that the angle there. And I'm getting caught up with putting in lines in my head, so I need to remember that part, that I decided I'm using gouache to do some to use as my color. I mean, I do have to put some lines in. I don't know why I'm not using my ruler. That's my problem. Need to follow my straight line. James, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I have to hold this to my up to my face a lot more than I would, so that I can actually see what's going on here, because I can't right now. Hey, Dead Dolls, good morning. Maximalist, the boat is taking me out already. You know what, y'all? I am going to put some lines in here because I am already super overthinking this. This is why I do this thing in the morning, and this is also why I didn't want to do this, because I have a hard time processing like this. Thanks for the hi bear, my friend. How are you? Off to work. Sorry, friend. It just started. You got a while to go, my friend. You have a while to go for tax season to be done. So, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. I wish I could help you with that, but no. I know, but I only have like 15 minutes left, Agony Prime. Take your job. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry there, dolls. Yeah, you're right, Agony Prime, and I should do that. Yeah, because I'm gonna do that. Actually, I was gonna say no because I only have about 15 minutes left, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I think I already got into my head about this for too far into my head. I mean, it's not like it looks terrible. I'm so overthinking it. So it's no longer fun. It's a commission. Ah, look, y'all. I was going to say we don't have any more. I don't know why I thought that was the last one, but we also have this fine looking set of initial sketches to do. But I don't remember even what card this was, but let's find it. Andrew, I didn't even realize you were telling all those jokes over there. Sorry. Are you still here? No, Andrew was like, that station wagon. Yeah, this one, I don't know what this is. But I saved it, I think. So let's see if I can find it. I do not remember what car this was. This one, the station wagon is these. I can't even imagine what this is. Was there a Jaguar? Oh, it was a Volvo. It was a Volvo Agony Prime. This one. We talked about it a lot too because, yeah, because it was like, you know, that was our in the best. Folks said it was the best looking Volvo they'd ever seen. Yeah, let me do that one because my brain is. Um, I just did exactly what I tell people not to do, to put so much pressure on themselves about this stuff, and I just psyched myself out about this thing that I should have just been taking it step by step with, but like you said, the beauty is moving on to the next one. Opacity lowered, and I'm moving on. Yeah, I did exactly that. I did exactly that. Today's a weird day with the spread of coming into the room. Yesterday and the day before, I had like wild impressions. Are you noticing like differences now that everybody's blaming all the glitch? Not that I'm not saying that some of the glitching isn't from. Of course, they said it was some data center issue, but everybody. I was about to say there's somebody in the car, but I feel like a lot of people are also saying they're noticing like differences in how many people come into their rooms and stuff like that. But I'm not noticing any of that. I feel like that stuff is fairly consistent. Yeah. The algorithm being reprogrammed to compile info for US citizens made everything wonky. Yeah, I don't know. I do know that my content definitely is weird. The live streams have been weird because of so many different glitches and all the counting and all that. They had all their stuff wrong, and even on like the TikTok shop side, they're not paying out certain things because This pencil is really fighting against me today. Reset FYPs on the normal avenues work, on how the normal avenues work. I feel like well, this does make sense, right? So I know officially they're saying it wasn't official until like January something, but my FYP definitely got reset from the beginning of January. I was getting, first of all, I guess it was in the process of being reset. All the videos I was seeing on my FYP were from December, like the first 2 weeks of December, and it was all like viral stuff, which is not something I typically see in my FYP. Hey, Estella, thank you for getting your heart me. How are you, Estella? Um, so that was one thing, and then now it's taken so long to right the ship. How are you this morning? You're buffering. Yeah, it's still very early for you, so you can be buffering at this time. That TikTok what for weeks old, previously liked and big creators. Yup, yup. Agony Prime. Hey, Glow. Glow, I missed the meeting. Did this singer sing Pocahontas? I don't know. Rachel Platten, I believe, is the person singing. Yeah, Rachel Platten. But now that you say it, Agony Prime, that could be likely. Estella. Actually, y'all, I'm testing. Y'all, I'm testing my stream over on the YT. I think I'm okay over there. Glow, did you go to the meeting? Was it good? I mean, you know what I mean. I need to look, do the notes, I think. Yeah, I don't know. You know, initially when I'm trying to remember who asked me. I think it was Rod that asked me about the grid paper. And I was like, I am going to show the grid paper because it's another way for folks to approach these things. But I do not like grid paper, y'all. I never have. I don't. I just gave this a nice little curve that it doesn't really have, but I'll add, when I add in this stuff here, it will be good. Oh, that's good. Can you prime with the stickers? You're getting us moving. Oh, I said I was going to reset the room every something, but I don't have that much time left. Let's see. How much time do I have? Oh, I have 10 whole minutes. Let's see. Let's see if this works, y'all. Sometimes it does. Basic drawing exercises. TikTok. Send me folks that are beginners, folks that are interested in learning to draw, folks that might be looking for some kind of drawing tutorial. TikTok. Drawing for beginners. TikTok. Learning to draw easily. An easy approach to drawing. TikTok. Send us folks that are looking for chill vibes and cool peeps and want to watch drawing. TikTok. Send, especially the people that with the chill vibes, please. With the people that are mellow, looking for a place to hang out a little and spend their millions generously. Enigmas! Send all the enigmas. Estella, thank you for the stars. Oh man. All the enigmas willing to spend it. Y'all, that was good. All right, I needed that because that boat really threw off my whole like energy. I'm like mad at myself that I let that stupid boat do that to me. I'm glad you were in here to remind me to just move on to the next thing. I almost made that boat take me out, y'all. I'm gonna have to do something different in the wheel section here, but let's see. And the details still haunt your reality. Yeah, Glow. Don't you remember? I don't know if you remember. It's a boat that at the time, actually at the time that I was doing the basic sketch of the boat, Agony Prime was drawing the boat like outright, and the boat has a lot of like angle detail and all. It's not simple at all. It was really a nice simple initial sketch, but there's a lot of like this. The is that the cabin? Agony Prime, even though you sent me that stuff, I don't remember this thing here. The cabin, whatever that is an octagon. It's all nice and happy till you squint. And he's right. So like I was just showing this is that there's angle. It's four sides over here, and then the other side is, another four. You know what I'm saying? It's an octagon. So there are a lot of like angles, and there's a lot of nuance that was tripping me up. I was in my head and I was forgetting my own spiel about, it's practice. Do the best and then you keep practicing and move on. But I was just getting so caught. Agony Prime had to remind me that I can move on to the next thing, which I did to the Volvo, which is what we're doing now. Though, uh, I fear people left the room because my energy visibly got lower. Um, so I wasn't my usual happy-go-lucky self for a little while. Tanya, what? Thank you for all the stars, Tanya, for getting you hurt me, y'all. If y'all, Tanya, was that the most people you've had in your room? Or have you been getting like, has it been building up like that? That was nice last night. Tanya had like, at one point there were 74 people in the room, y'all, watching her do her paint pour art. It was really fun. Cause I don't know what I was doing. I feel like I was not concentrating when I was doing this either. It's this grid paper. Look at this. Why is this front of this so short? This is not. I need to extend this, yeah, because I have it way too short here. You said you got. Oh, it got to 129 after I left? You said you got scared? Tanya. We gotta figure out a better setup for you though, Tanya. I think that's part of the problem. Is that, and people were like, I mean, when you get numbers sometimes, there's a certain number of, there are like half of the room. Yeah, right, Agony Prime. Like, what the heck did I do? I definitely, my stomach is growling, y'all. I'm looking at it like, what is this I did? How did I even think this was okay? There four wheel widths on that engine hood, and even my wheel width, I feel like I might have miscalculated there, but I definitely need to get some additional length on this thing. I don't know what happened here. But I'm not bothered because I was like, all right, this just needs to be longer. It's like it, because how, all right, let me see. It's about one, it's about twice that, so I needed to go. Oh, yeah, my stomach really is like growling. I think that's like what, Tanya, which style of your pour gets them looking like that? Like what Agony Prime is talking about. You do. There's one of the styles of your pour, the different styles of pour that gets you there. Blooms. Rectoring pours. Yeah, but I feel like you do need a new setup. I agree. Because if you're going to get that kind of volume in your room, you have to. Oh, you didn't see the puzzle. Oh no. I'm surprised you got a puzzle though. I think the ring pour, maybe it's the blooms. I got any problem. I'm over here still trying to figure out which one of the methods Tanya does gets them looking like those nebula maelstrom. but I think it's, I'm trying to think, is it the ring pour? Oh, it is the ring pour, direct ring pours. Oh, of course I didn't see that part. I was so focused on the I. Tanya, how long has it been that you've been going live? Agony Prime is a pro, and Agony Prime has 700 million followers. Compared to our numbers, 700 million. Love is a losing. Starts to fizzle out after the first few lives to get you to promote. But I think this is like, is that what they do? Is that what they're doing, Agony Prime? They're trying to get us to spend money to send our live out? Meryl Goris, good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Well, they're going to be upset with me because I'm definitely not doing that. Or they tempt you with that big number. Did that happen to you, Glow? Glow, tell us more. Love is a losing game. Still. All right, let's do that. Hey, Em, good morning. You got 1K viewers on your first three? This has never happened to me before. None of these things have happened to me before. What? You know what? Let me not say that. Because my first two lives were all the way in April, and I didn't even know how this whole thing worked. So I might have had that many people in my life and I didn't realize. You never get more than 400 views? Is that what you're saying? Oh, quality is better than quantity for sure. But Tanya, what I noticed is after there were some people that were sticking around, and you, how many followers did you get last night? Because I feel like a number of people were following. 50 new followers. There were people that seemed to be genuinely interested and were asking questions, and they weren't particularly like, they weren't gifting necessarily, but they, you got a few members to your fan club too. They were a little bit engaging. And we are the LeeAnn crew. Yeah, listen, I am one thing I do know is that I am lucky to have y'all because y'all keep coming back and y'all stick around with me in this the lows and the highs. Y'all stick in my room. Some of you sometimes if and I know it will always vary, but lots of people y'all come into my room and y'all stay here with me. And I know that's not happening a lot. It's rare. Well, I'm not a big influencer. So I'm not having, you know, people just want to in the big influencers, people are just they just are in the room and the room isn't even like doing they're not even doing anything. The sign on the door said free coffee and donuts. The problem, Agony Prime, is that I gave y'all all the free coffee and all the donuts, and I don't have any. And then by 11 o'clock, I'm starving. I gave y'all all the stuff. This is your favorite room, Glow? Oh, y'all missed it. Even Agony Prime missed it. We were this morning, the first hour, we were talking about all kinds of foolishness in here. I was like, this is why they don't send art people in here because we're always talking about things that are not related to art. We are the LeeAnn crew. No, I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, I was like, Tanya, you know what? Tanya, tell me. I don't know. One of the people that's your moderator, sometimes people are funny about the moderator thing. Listen to me whispering, like if somebody's outside the room, they can't hear me. I was so busy trying to help you that I didn't think about it. I saw all these people coming into your room and I knew that you were, I know that's a challenge. It's challenging if you already have, like you're actively doing something. And because of your setup, it was even more difficult for you to see what was going on. And so I'm like, I gotta jump in here and help you. And I also was trying to figure out of all, to Agony Prime's point, out of all these people that are in this room, you can, if you click on people's things, you can see that they're not engagers, whether they know to engage or not, right? And I'm not saying you have to gift, but at the very least, like in the live and that kind of thing, you can tell that they don't have any stuff going, like they didn't have any points by their name at all. So I'm going through and I'm trying to encourage people to, hey, like the live, welcome Tanya's work, all that stuff. And your moderator, I was like, yikes. I hope I'm not infringing on your moderator's, like, space. I feel like this still needs to be a little bit longer. But I think, oh, I know what I did. I did quote unquote wrong. This wheel well needs to be way further front. That's what it is. I don't know. This needed to be extended out so much. And keep in mind, bot farm fakeum accounts are everywhere en masse. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Agony Prime. And in the beginning, I was concerned about that for when they started coming into Tanya's room, like it was intense. It was like a flood, and I was thinking that too. Just going to do, yeah, I'm going to put the detail in the, well, at least a little bit of shape detail here, because guess what I did? I definitely miscalculated on the grid paper. I miscalculated my measurements here because This probably could even be, yeah, that looks much better. But I miscalculated this so much, y'all. Look how short I had the front of here. I do not know how I got there. And so many are used to leave a comment on media accounts and especially news outlets. Ah, you said you had one guy say, "Can we just paint some lady?" You were talking too much for him. I get those in here every now and again, and I just start being like, "Listen, y'all, this is not a request room. I'm doing a drawing practice, and if you don't like what's going on in here, get to stepping." Hey, Art Walker, welcome in. You get bots from Thailand. Yeah, when they have 1,300 comments, you can guarantee that 1,200 of them are on the bigger accounts. Art Walker, I'm not. We're Art Walker. We're talking about in the list here. Tanya's wandering art. Tanya does paint pour art. And last night she had like I was in our room last night, so I was talking about how many people came into the room, and we were talking about a couple different things. And so we then started talking about the bot accounts and all the shenanigans that TikTok is doing to get us to try to to promote the lives, giving you a taste of stardom, giving you a taste of lots of people in your room in some initial lives, and then so that you're like craving that number. Oh, it's all of them, exactly, Agony Prime. It's all the platforms. It's certainly not just TikTok. Have them get over it. Yeah, I to be fair, I do not get a lot of people doing that, but it could sometimes be bots. Um, but I do know that a lot of people there's an element in folks' life that, especially creative folks, where it's like viewers' choice for certain things. Like even Tanya's but Tanya manages it in a certain way. You get to pick colors on some of her pieces. Like you get to pick numbers, and then the number corresponds with colors that she has, and then it becomes this fun cool thing to see 4 5 random numbers get chosen by random people, and how those colors come together is an interesting thing to see. But I'm like, this is my practice that I'm doing myself. I already feel like I have a lot of pressure doing it. Not from the folks in my room, but just my own weird thing. That prop and that prop and gander. I like that. Oh, I need to remember that, Agony Prime, as the alternate. That prop and gander is our Squid Game answer. Yeah, it's true. You're losing followers. You're losing followers, our Walker? Is it because you think it's because you stopped going live as much? Because you haven't you we talked about it the other day when you were here, and I think you said you paused because you were going to do more videos versus the lives. What you call it? Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. You're totally gonna find what live. Well, you know that a lot of people are over there on that other thing. Oh, Glow, what you call it belongs to you? Hey, what you call it? Welcome in. 20 a day. Oh, wow. You lost a couple thousand, Agony Prime. Hey, Carol. We are not talking about art right now. We are talking about the interesting world of these TikTok streets. Really? You lost a couple thousand with the changeover. Do you think so? All right. So you know that TikTok has doesn't clean out the ban that they ban the accounts, but they don't clean them out. Oh, some of the bot farms weren't allowed anymore. And do you think they did some cleaning out of the actual banned accounts? Because when they ban the accounts, they don't remove them from our lists, like our following lists. Like you have to delete them yourself. Hey, pals. You said you refused to do all the rubbish matches. Well, Art Walker, I'm not very surprised about that. I'm not very surprised about that. Well, and listen, they want you to stay live. You also are Walker. You also are, as people are gifting you, make them galang. Walker, you crack me up when when you do that. You also, when people are gifting you, you are basically, you're great. You're saying thank you, but you're basically like, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. TikTok is like, yeah, I'm good. He's not encouraging the money enough for us. Art Walker. They're like, he's not encouraging the gifts enough for us. We want money. We want our percentage of his money. He's not encouraging it enough. They want you to say thank you and keep it coming. You see all the little prompt come. That is true. Yeah, Agony Prime. I don't. So on TikTok Live Studio, all that stuff y'all see, I don't see all that stuff. Pals, Carol, thank you for getting your heart me's and for the stars, y'all. Oh, y'all, I have no, like, I do not expect 1,111 stars. I put that as a goal so that we would all have our angel 1111 numbers in front of us um, while you're in here. So, FYI, I prescribed the 1111 for us. Tell your followers to mortgage their house to give to you. Go take out a loan. Yes, I put it in there for us so that at any point in time, if we're ready to look, we're like, oh look, 1111, y'all. We miss the 1111 of the time. Um, that's why I have the gift count there. What? Welcome in. Glow, tell what you call it that I don't bite. We don't tell what you call it that we don't bite. Akani Pram, that's a lot of followers to lose. I mean, I think we're just going to have to see what happens over the next several weeks, right? Because things are still there are going to be more changes, I would imagine. But a lot of people are going over to that other place. Oh, y'all. Because they don't see your posts, Agony Prime. Because unless, I'll tell you this, I feel like unless I post a video and then I see, when after I post a video, it pushes me into my friend's feed, then I'll see some folks' videos. But in my FYP or FYF or whatever they want to call it does not show up. My friends, the people I follow, my friends don't show up. They watch it for about 3 to 4 seconds. When is my next evening live? I forgot, y'all. Let me tell. I made the decisions, so I'm just going back to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday evenings. So I'm going to be. Thank you for the league balls, Carol. Pals, thank you for those stars. I don't know if I told y'all. Thank you for the stars. Um, so I'm doing daily still 9 a.m. That's still going to be the same. And then I'm going to do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all, let's see how that goes. If I can, I really would love to do like twice a day, but I need to get work done. Like work done. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I will be here tomorrow night is the next night live, Tanya. And when there is a night live, y'all, we're testing this out. That's when I'm going to do the practice. So tomorrow, Tuesday morning, I'm going to do, I don't know yet, something else. Carve, print. It's very unlikely that I will be printing tomorrow morning, but I'll be doing my regular art practice stuff. Um, Tomorrow morning at 9. And then at 7 p.m. I will do the the drawing practice. Do I ever do those 3D paper creative things? Like what, Agony Prime? I fear I don't. So, oh, like those pop-out books. I don't do pop-out books, but I do book art. So one of the things I probably will do this week is I'm making some journals. Art Walker, maybe we could. I would be down for that. I wouldn't mind at all. We would just have to sync up our time. I feel like I don't ever know when, because you announce your lives in your Discord, right? If I remember. I listen when I'm in your room. Agony Prime. I do make, I don't do like pop-up books like the 3D like pop-up ones, but I do make journals. And this week I'm actually behind. I was supposed to make some this weekend. So probably not, it's not going to be tomorrow morning, but maybe Thursday morning I'll work on some of that, cuz I'm trying to make some not for the stationery brand, just some journals that I can use and gift to some folks. So that's as interesting as the paper creative things get. Agony Prime. That's as interesting as they get, or that they will get. Y'all, it has been 2 hours and 24 minutes. So I'm getting off in 6 minutes. I'll go to 2:30. Tanya, you stayed in here a long, long time talking about you don't want no trouble, risking it all as usual. Have um have a great day, friend, and don't go into anybody's live risking it all. Okay, you just got back into work now for the week. Just enjoy the work. Listen to me. Enjoy the work. You said you're too free spirited to have scheduled live streams. No, I get it. I definitely get it. Art Walker. I, I though thrive in on routine. It's interesting. I reject creating the routine, but I actually do really well when I have an established routine. But it's very, my routines are easily broken. It's like a precarious situation that I'm in, but I like routine, so the schedule helps me a lot. Um, but I totally get what you're saying. But you see, what you're doing, folks are really you, and you're on it because of where you are. Um, you're on because you're in the UK, right? You know, oh, pals, did you go over to the YT? I don't know what's going on over there, honestly. Nobody's. I don't know if this. I didn't look at. I turned the stream thing off. From here, it looks like it's okay. You're in Switzerland. Really? Oh, that's even more fascinating. So, what time? This is. I'm the worst with this. What time is it there for you now? You're working hard on bettering your skills. Well, I think your skills are fantastic. But I do remember in one of your lives you were mentioning that like you had oh, stressing me out with these the 24-hour clock business. 5:39. Okay. So ah Rocky. Rocky. Where have you been? You said no way, I'm just getting started. Well, where have you been? Y'all, I'm literally just waiting for this 2 hours and 30 minutes to go to get here. Oh, are you better now? I hope so. I was right on the verge of like sending you a message because I talked about you yesterday. You've only been working on it for a year. Okay, Art Walker, my question to you is how much time per day do you spend on the practice? I'm about to get a puzzle because I'm not moving. Minimum 3. Okay. Minimum 3 hours. Okay. So I can see that. I can see that. Okay. I can see you being where you are at minimum 3. Always trying new things. Yeah. So this is like my equivalent of just starting out something that I haven't dedicated as much time to it because I'm here for 2 hours in the morning, but half of the time I'm running my mouth and I'm not actually drawing. Um, so I'm not spending as much time on it. I want to though. I have to figure out some situations on my side. But yeah, all right, I get it. Minimum 3 hours. That's a good amount of time. That's a good amount of time. Alexis, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. All right, y'all. 2 hours and 30 minutes have hit. Oh, he's really good, Rocky. He's really good. That's why I was asking. He's really good. And Rocky, he's really good at the teaching of it, of what he's doing. He's really good. His anatomy stuff is wildly good. You really, you really want to. Oh, I was. You saw me. I was like, is that what? You want to grow now? So I see what you're saying. So you're because when you're live and you go live for a good amount of time, you saw me like, huh? So you're spending that time that you would have been live hyper focused on the practice. Because listen, the reality of this is, so for me this has been great because it is holding me accountable to actually doing it. Because I had started it and then I would do like an hour here and then not touch it for a week and a half and all that stuff. So the obligation of showing up here for the community every day has helped me in terms of, yeah, Art Walker. So it has helped me hold myself accountable to the practice. What ended up happening is that as I was doing my practice and kind of talking about some of the things you said you almost asked it too, I was like, there's got to be, club cheers, friend. This is quite interesting. Oh, you didn't collect your points yet. Is that what's happening here? Something strange is happening in the counting. TikTok is mad at me because we were talking about it. Yeah, so that's one part of it. And then as I'm walking through what I'm doing, folks started to ask questions. And luckily, there were folks that had varying levels of experience coming into the room. And so as folks start to ask questions, the perspective that they're getting is not just mine. There are other people chiming in with help, with tips, with all that stuff. So essentially, then became this place where, I mean, we hang out mostly, but it's the traffic changeover. Everyone's heading to work and closing the app. Yeah, I'm not usually on until this time. I started late. I started at 9:15 ish. So I was already late at further later than I usually am at 2 hours. And now I'm past 2.5 hours. So um this is an interesting spot to be in. But this is all data. This is good stuff. Rocky, I sent somebody to follow you because they're in Memphis. And they were in the room yesterday. Two people I sent to follow you actually. Um, they were in the room. One person was in the room saying that they wanted to move to New York. Um, yeah, because of because of feeling like New York is a place where um you could flourish at as a creative. Art Walker, thank you as always for dropping in. I will see you the next time. We will see you the next time. Yes, we will catch up soon. So we were talking. I don't know how we got to this topic as usual. I don't know how we get to any topic. But I was talking about when I used to live in New York. And then she asked me what was how I liked it. And then of course I went off running my mouth about it because you know that I love to run my mouth. Stronger for life. Welcome in. Um and so we were talking about this and then we started talking about why she was interested in moving and we started talking about that and then discovered that she was um agony prime, that's not even it's like good luck affording a place anywhere now. there. It's wild work there. The rents are like it's wild. Even in places where it used to be affordable before, it's like wild now. If you don't get a rent, hey, make it shatter. If you don't get a rent like stabilized or rent controlled apartment, you just have to be making far too much money for far too little. It is wild. It is wild, and it used to be wild before, and it's just wilder now. It just doesn't get any better. Um, NYC is becoming a city for the rich. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that even in places where it used to be reason, like community existed, and it used to be reasonable to afford. It's just yes. But Rocky, she's already in Memphis. I think what she was feeling like was uninspired for creativity and that stuff. And so then someone else came into the room that is from Memphis, and he stayed a while and was talking about just how awesome the scene there is, because it's like you're kind of get, I don't want to say from the ground up, because it's not like a scene hasn't isn't already starting to establish itself. Um but it but they were he was talking about just how awesome it is. So anyway, they connected, because I think what she might need, and what it maybe is looking for more, is like a creative community. And it can feel isolating when you walk out the door, it's not everywhere. As somebody that lives in a place where it is slightly different than living in New York, and as you walk out the door, it isn't it the creative stuff isn't hitting you in the head. You have to look for it a little bit more. I think that's where the challenge was. So I sent them both over to you to follow you, telling them that you were in Memphis and you're an artist, and all that stuff. I don't know the extent of. Well, one guy was good. He lives there. He moved to Memphis from Oakland, so he's good. You know, what he was trying to convince her. I don't think she was like planning on. I think she was thinking of that being a place to move to, but I don't think she had done any like actual. um are you talking about like in New York? Listen, y'all, I'm not saying that you can't find an apartment to live in there, but it's not easy work. Um it's just really not. Like, you have to be, like I said, if you don't find a rent stabilized or a rent controlled place, it's a challenge. But I this wasn't about the cost of living there. This was about the creative environment, and feeling like you need to be in a place like New York to really get inspiration and grow as an artist. That's what the conversation eventually that was more what the conversation was about. I think she was curious about my time in New York being an artist. um which when I lived in New York, I wasn't a full-time artist. I was I was fully entrenched in corporate America. So, you know, it it's a that's a different experience, having a 9 to 5 and then exploring that part of it outside of that time. So that she eventually said that's what she was. So it was an interesting conversation to have. As I was saying, I know that Memphis's art scene is it's there and it's growing. The scene, I just know that when you walk out the door, it might not be the easiest thing to find. You have to find that community, and it's not, you have to look for it. So that's the kind of stuff we were talking about. And frankly, as awesome as New York is, you still. Oh, agony prime, I don't know where you are. And I'm scared. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are, but I am scared. I don't. Agony Prime. That's not very like. I'm like Agony Prime. I might have to pass on that one. I don't want any parts. Maybe not the lumber mills though. Are you serious, Agony Prime? Two incomes to live in NYC is almost essential. Absolutely, and not two regular incomes. Two, Jenny, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Oh, it's Podunk, Oregon. Rocky, are you saying what to what Emmy's saying? That's true. And that's been for a long time. New York is expensive. You have always right over there. So I imagine that's an interesting thing though. So the place is like they've got do they have all the the gentrification amenities of the coffee shops and all that stuff? You said it's Podunk, Oregon. Oh, to Agony on that side of the river. I see. I'm sorry, Agony. Well, sorry. I'm not moving there with you. Okay? I'm not moving there. New Jersey is cheaper and close. New Jersey is cheaper and close. Um, but what I was also saying to her is she really needs to think about why. Because I think what happens is sometimes we want to make that kind of physical location change. And then when we go to that place, um, and then when we go to that place, um, we still have the same challenge and we're still not 100% happy because we haven't solved the root cause of the unhappiness or the problem. So that's why I had kind of gone down the road of trying to figure out, like asking our questions, which is how we got into the whole creative inspiration thing. And that's when we circled back to Memphis is actually potentially a great place for that to happen, without having to go to New York City. It's bad anywhere there's something to do other than dig in the dirt or farm. I mean, Agony Prime, that's true. Catastic, welcome in. It's absolutely true. And this is the thing, right? And I'm going to use where I am as an example. Some of the challenges are so New York, Cali, those places are tricky. Rocky, I have to tell you though, it's one of those things where it's like, um, fantastic. You said good afternoon, and that reminded me that I've been running my mouth here for a long time. Because I'm never supposed to hit anywhere near a good afternoon. Um, I will tell you this, Rocky, as someone that lived in New York City for many, many years, I'm never going to tell anybody not to go there because the place is awesome, especially if you're a creative. Now, there are lots of things. M was here when we were talking about some of those things. New York is a rough place to live once you get to like a certain age. You know, the city proper. There are just lots of things that living there make complicated. Fantastic. That is that why you're here? No, you're here sometimes too. There are just lots of things that make it sometimes more challenging than it should be. So I'll never tell anybody not to, because it's an experience. But it is really expensive. But like Agony is saying, if you're anywhere, no, fantastic. I know. I was just teasing. I was just teasing about that. But who knows with the algorithm anyway? So because we said New York City so many times, I might have shown up in your FYP other than because we're following each other. Um, but so I'll give the example of where I am. So I'm in South Florida, which people is supposed to be a place that's good for artists too. That's the expression on my face when I say that, right? But it's very expensive here. Now, the thing that's very different here, it's when I say it's not as expensive as a New York or some, depends on where you are in Cali, but because yeah, it's not all of New York and it's not all of Cali that's unreasonably expensive. Has it gotten more expensive? Sure, but like South Florida is way too expensive, way more expensive than it was when I moved here 10 years ago. And the thing is, the salaries here don't support that level of expense. And I'm not saying all the salaries in New York or in Cali are great, but certainly at a base level, moving up, like the salaries are significantly more than they are here, and that's always been the case. The thing is that it used to be cheaper to live here. Um, Notification, get out, get out. You're sharing the live. Is that what you're doing? Who you sharing the live to? Notification. I don't want any problems today. Cali is great, but he has some really good deals on some single lines. Ava Smith, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We're having a conversation that we will be talking about for 700 years. What I was trying to get this person to we eventually got to the point where the person was talking about part of the reason they wanted to move there was because of their they felt like that's a place where inspiration as a creative would be like easy to find and get and those types of things. Notification, I just told you I don't want any problems. And you come in here with this foolishness. Yeah. Now now I gotta block you. Now I gotta mute you. All the things. Goodbye. I do agony. I usually do as soon as it. No, Rocky. I know it's spam. I know. I do. I yesterday though. No, I'm good now, Glow. I can do it now. That's back. I know it's spam, but yet yesterday it had a conversation with me and it didn't give me any stupid violation things. Um it's funny to me to be like, notification, I see you. Don't cause any problems in here. All right, y'all. It has been 2 hours and 50 minutes. I can't. I need to eat. I am very hungry. Bye, M. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. And y'all remember, tomorrow morning is going to be like regular work art stuff. And then tomorrow night, 7 p.m., is when we'll do this. So if y'all want to watch me work, feel free to be here in the morning. If y'all want to watch me do this, feel free to be here in the night. Bye. Have a great day, everyone. Have a magical one.